Well, today we're going to start teardown on this WRX engine. This thing only had 80,000 miles on it, and it was rod knocked. Remember, I pulled this out a couple weeks ago. Been busy working on that, so got a break. We're going to work on this now, tear it down, see what all is salvageable, and get everything off to the machine shop. Don't know if we're going to replace the block yet or if we're going to rebuild it, but that's been replaced, which means somebody's been in there already, which means they've had the wrist pins out. So with 80,000 miles, it's probably already been rebuilt once. Well, let's get to tearing down, see what all's fucked up. Well, we're not even 5 minutes in and I'm finding stuff wrong. The biggest one so far is this clamp on the turbo. It's just loose. So that's a huge exhaust leak. This would be one of the coil connectors, which is of course broken, and that's super common, but they had just zip tied that on there, so that's a problem. Those aren't stock, and I mean, who cares? It's just a clamp, but yeah. Oh, and then this thing over here is busted too. For the evap, I think it is. I don't know, I'll look it up later. All right, got the turbo off. Inlet pipe is totally fucked. That's a huge air leak because there's a mass airflow sensor right there. This is unmetered air, and that's gonna fuck the tune up. So that's a problem. Think I'll make it? Yeah, well. Turbo's also fucked. Look at the blades. It's not really focusing, but they're all chewed up. Focus. There you go. Yep, so it needs a turbo. And then this is really, that's really common, so could just tack weld that back on there for him if we need to, but, yep. Well, if it wasn't for the rod knock, I don't think this thing was gonna last too much longer anyway. I haven't touched the tensioner on this belt, so that's way too loose on the timing belt. Also, a bunch of excess RTV on the oil pump. So the oil pump's also been replaced too, I'm assuming. They don't usually have that much from the factory. Even more goodies. So you see those 3 bolts right there? You see how there's a screwdriver, like a Phillips head in there, and that one's all rounded out? They also just take an 8mm. You don't have to use a screwdriver. Cool. Gonna need that cover. Really gonna need that cover. Whoa. I guess it's a good thing they used 2 O-rings and not just 1. That was definitely shoved in there dry. But wait, there's more. Finally time to pull the spark plugs out. That's number 2. I found that out on number 1 because it was the same way. That's, yeah. Let's try this side. I have not been on this side yet, other than pulling the coils out. Okay. Let's tighten this one just for giggles. There you go. So it only took 1/4 of a turn, 1/8 of a turn. Now it's tight. Oh, I can't make this up. Why is it always, this has been a part, not, ooh, first time, yay. I was just sitting there. What do you think it is? I have no idea. It's a piece of scrap metal from something. Not supposed to be in there. All right, that's it for today. Cylinder walls look good. No scoring there. I'll measure it out tomorrow and see if it's still the stock size or not, see what's going on there. I'm sure the crank's toast. There's bearing material everywhere in there. The only other shoddy thing I didn't like is that's a Scotch-Brite resurface if I've ever seen one. And these use an MLS gasket, so you don't really want to do that. So yeah, as far as I made it today.